an image of turmoil, unrest, violence and tragedy from Kashmir. 14-year-old Insha battling for her life, unconscious for 3 days. Her face pockmarked from the lethal impact of a pellet gun. She has multiple injuries, her face badly injured. Insha, a 9th class school student from Shupaiya, lost her vision in her left eye and doctors are still not sure about her right eye. She may never be able to see again. She was hit by the stray shot of a pellet gun as she stood at the window of her house, looking down at the unrest on the streets below.
मुश्ताक साहब क्या हुए बताएं?
मैं अपने घर में था, घर में ही था।
घर के अंदर
आया।
तो कहाँ पे हालात बाहर सड़क पे खराब थे?
और हालात तो बाहर सड़क पे खड़ा।
तो ये घर के अंदर थे?
घर के अंदर ऊपर वाले मंजिल में।
तो कहाँ पे पैलेट लगा है?
उसके ऊपर यहाँ पे आँखों में भी, आँखों दोनों ही।
तो बिल्कुल क्रिटिकल कंडीशन में है। क्या बोल रहे हैं डॉक्टर?
डॉक्टर ने अभी कुछ नहीं बताया, बोलता है 24 घंटे के बाद बताऊँगा, सर्जरी हो जाएगी।
यानी ये किसी प्रोटेस्ट में हिस्सा नहीं ले रही थी, अपने घर में थी, घर में जाके इनको पैलेट लगा?
घर में लगा, घर वाले मंजिल में लगा।
Insha has come to define the debate over the use of pellet guns in the valley. A pellet gun whose single cartridge is made up of 400 to 500 iron balls, explodes into the air in multiple directions and can cause simultaneous injuries to different parts of the body. On the next bed is Shamima. Her father says the girl from Beej Bihara in South Kashmir was hit with a bullet when she was passing through an area where clashes were going on. Across hospitals like this, beleaguered doctors are performing more eye surgeries in 5 days than in 5 years.
Pellet is quite lethal for the eye. The eye is a soft target. It has this least amount of resistance as compared to bone, muscle and skin. Once the pellet goes in the eye, it makes a hole in the eye and it rotates in the eye. And once it rotates in the eye, it causes a lot of tissue damage. Mostly the lens, the cornea and the most particular thing is the retina gets damaged.
Stung by the criticism over the use of pellet guns, security forces are pointing to the increased aggression of protesting crowds. The last few days, they say, saw crowds as strong as 400 to 500 charging a rural police station, which was sometimes manned by less than 30 men. Footage released by the forces shows a police station being burned down in Pulwama, a courthouse set ablaze, burnt cars and trunks of documents, burnt CRPF and police posts vandalized and broken down by men they say were carrying iron rods. Video footage released by security forces also shows clashes with stone pelting protesters. Although the exact date this video was filmed is unknown, security forces argue that their hands are tied too. If not pellet guns, what they ask, pointing to CRPF soldiers like this one, whose face was fractured by a stone.
What the J&K police is using are the less lethal weapon. That means they can incapacitate a person, but if fired from a close range, it can become lethal also. When we say use of minimum force, the boys who are attacking the police personnel, firstly, that is an offense in itself, because attacking a uniformed person, discharging his duty, is an offense. They come with bricks which are about 5 inch by 5 inch, sharp enough, and they come en masse and throw these projectiles at the police people, which attain a speed of about almost 100 kilometers like cricket ball. If it hits a person, it can virtually become lethal. Number 9 pellet, which is there, if that is fired, he is using lesser force than what the crowd is using. They are even using a grenade. So they have to fire this, and I think there's nothing wrong in it.
Insha is just one of the 100 young people, most of them below the age of 18, who may never see again because they have been blinded by pellet guns, while security forces point at the injured officers and the police posts which have been torched and vandalized. But the sheer scale of the injuries raises a fundamental question. Is there a need to change the security protocol to deal with the protesting crowds? And also, is this the time to do away with pellet guns? In Srinagar with Amir Butt, Zafar Iqbal for NDTV.